Hi, my name is Linda Faye Walls. Thank you for your interest in my book, Surviving Heartbreak Valley. I would like to read to you the introduction and a short passage from Chapter 1. Surviving Heartbreak Valley is a true, intimately detailed account of a certain period of my life, the murders of my children. With great difficulty, I written it to give a realistic account of what happened, how it happened, and possibly why it happened. Readers who have never experienced or witnessed domestic abuse or stalking may easily conclude, I wouldn't take that. I would have gotten away. She should have. It's easy to be judge and jury when it's not you who are frightened for your life and the lives of people who are dear to you. I ask you to bear that in mind as you travel this valley of heartbreak with me. It is my hope this book will capture the attention of a widespread audience, including those who read only romance and other fiction. Believe me, domestic violence and stalking happens in all walks of life. So it is not unlikely that even if you yourself are not a victim, you may know someone who is, whether or not you realize it. I want every sufferer of domestic abuse and stalking to know what happened to me. It is my hope victims will be able to use my story and this book as a tool to empower them in their personal quest to obtain freedom from these horrifying, life-crippling crimes. This narrative is for adults. Please be advised there are scenes of quite graphic sex and violence. I am aware this explicitness may be a turnoff to some, and I regret that. I did consider toning it down, with all due respect. I decided to include it in the desire that it add urgency to the achievement of awareness of the domestic horror taking place in America and around the world, and urgency to the galvanization of a crusade to prevent it. As you read these words, thousands of people are undergoing this torture. A number will be killed before you finish this book. Every hour in the United States, 3 or more women are murdered by their husband or boyfriends. If the righteousness of my description contributes to the saving of even one life, I will be vindicated. I have changed the names of everyone in the story except myself, a few officials, the killer, and my 4 children whose lives he ended. Chapter 1. Haunted by Memories. Curled up in a fetal position on the couch, I was fighting to suppress the frightening flashback which brought tears and nausea. It was January 18th, 1995. Over 5 years since my children were murdered. Back then, before the horror, I thought I had lived a harsh life, but it barely deserves a mention compared with what was to come. I was in a cold, long, lonesome valley, struggling mightily to walk through it by myself. There was no one to walk it for me. It was a valley of wretchedness and pain and hopelessness. Heartbreak Valley. I don't want to cry, but it will help to release the endless grief and pain and nausea, I thought as I looked at pictures of my children on the walls. Here I am. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm nearly out of money and I don't have a job. I shouldn't regret quitting work when I did. It wasn't my fault. I had to do something, I told myself as memories of the day I quit my job crowded my mind. At the same time, I could see myself now, doubled over in the corner of the couch. In a world of agony, I trembled as fear clawed at my stomach. But today, I weep as I realize the act of quitting my job was an act of salvation, of a decision to fight for my life.